old, but we can see the piste and we can move on the map.
GPS, the eye in the sky that guides the competitors across the Sahara to safety. Drama today from Gal to Meneka. The Mitsubishis and Jean-Louis Schlesser are those that have been so strong up till now. Off goes Jean-Pierre Fontenay leading off the starters today, just under 200 left. That's Jutta Kleinschmidt, the German, in her buggy, identical to Jean-Louis Schlesser's. And Schlesser is over, just 10 kilometers into the stage. Schlesser is on his side. Hubert Auriol touches down in his helicopter to make sure the Frenchman is okay. Philippe Monet, the navigator, looks in pain as he sits whilst the others try and right the car. Hubert Auriol trying to encourage Schlesser to get going again. Schlesser is really the only competitor able to keep up with the Mitsubishis. If he goes out now, the rally will virtually be guaranteed to the Japanese team. And it sounds as if one of the tyres came off at a very fast speed, over 100 miles an hour.
Mais bon, il y a trop de dégâts pour pouvoir réparer. Il y a le pare-brise, il y a la coque.
And Schlesser says there's really nothing wrong with the car except the tyre came off. It passed us on a very tight corner, but Philippe Monet is hurt and the doctors are attending to him. Schlesser is out of the rally. What a shame, and what a thing to happen so close to Agadez and the rest day before we head back west again. The former world sports car champion, the former Grand Prix driver, hangs up his helmet so close to safety and is out of the rally.
Ambier, fais du léger, Bosse-les, doucement, Lulu, doucement, doucement.
Philippe Alliot, another former Grand Prix driver, used to drive for McLaren, used to drive for Ram, all sorts of other Grand Prix teams. He's competing in the Dakar once again in the Nissan team. He takes to the air. He goes on all four wheels again. The suspension works hard. There's dust coming off every corner of his car. Jean-Pierre Fontenay makes it through one of the checkpoints. Hubert Auriol watching again. He flies all over the place by helicopter. Kenjiro Shinizuka is not far behind. Henri Mine, the navigator we saw just now, working hard with that GPS to make sure he's en route. Bruno Sabi in third at the checkpoint. The former winner of the rally, the former winner of the Monte Carlo from Grenoble in France, with Dominique Ceres alongside. They are a force to be reckoned with. Sabi started as leader on today's stage, but he can manage only third, getting a puncture. We're live with them in car. The sound of Dominique Ceres reading out those road book instructions, warning Bruno Sabi of dips, of ditches and of bumps.
En appui de façon à piste sinueuse en caillou, placer avant le virage parce que je préfère placer moi la
Sabi
voiture.
gives us a bit of in car as he goes on two wheels. Spectacular piece of driving. A plume of dust out from behind this 300 horsepower four-wheel drive Mitsubishi Pajero. A bit of a tail slide the other way. He has the car in perfect control as he gives us a commentary through the desert.
À la sortie,
Over some camel grass. The drivers hate that stuff, narrowly avoiding a motorcycle, giving him the horn, passing on a very narrow piece of track as they go off-piste.
en permanence donc du volant comme vous le voyez, entre doubler, écouter le navigateur et 2 km la voiture.
But fastest on today's stage, not Bruno Sabi, not Jean-Pierre Fontenay, but the flying Japanese driver Kenjiro Shinizuka. Shinizuka setting a time a minute 43 seconds quicker than his teammate Fontenay.
It was quite short distance, only 340 or something, but middle of the stage. We don't have piste, off-road, completely off-road. It was very, very difficult, very, very dangerous because sometimes big hole We cannot see. We had 2-time bad jump, but fortunately we finished.
So Shinizuka takes the lead in the rally again. He's 2 minutes 30 seconds ahead of Fontenay in the overall classification. Sabi drops to third, 4 minutes 16 seconds behind after that puncture. So it's the Mitsubishi's doing triple back somersaults, swapping places. One day it's one of them in the lead, the next day it's the other. Goodness knows what will happen if team orders are imposed. What a shame that would be. At least at the moment we're having a great change at the front.
Not looking too bad.
In car with Jutta Kleinschmidt. Kleinschmidt finishing fourth on today's stage. She's up to 7th overall. She was 42nd just a few days ago after losing an hour with bad navigation. Carlos Sousa, the Portuguese driver. These cars take to the air. 208. That's Duarte Guedes from Portugal, another of the Portuguese drivers. Giacomo Bismara in his Vismara buggy. It used to be a Sanyong. Before that it was a Range Rover. Today it's a Vismara. My name's Joanna Lemos. My name's Karine Duray. It needs no introduction. One of the all-girl teams in the rally. 5 stages to go. 5 stages gone. 10 to go, they joke. Are you strapped in? Joanna says to Karine. That's the sound of the engine. It sounds like a horse. It's neighing. Happy. It's ready to go, she says.
Du tout. On a fait connaissance dans la voiture, dans le sable de Tunisie. Ça a fâché un peu aussi. On s'est un peu fâché au début.
We met together in the desert on the Tunisia rally. We didn't like each other to start with. We were very angry. We kept fighting. We fought twice on the Atlas rally in Morocco, and now it's all right. We're the best of friends. They've given us a camera, Joanna says. Let's use it. In car with Joanna and with Karine. Joanna the driver, Karine the navigator. Portuguese-French mix. What an interesting and volatile mix behind the wheel of their Nissan.
Elle conduit? Comment elle conduit?
How does she drive? Karine's asked. Very strong, very forcefully and very well. And how does Karine navigate? Joanna says she navigates very well. She's very precise, except when we got lost yesterday. We're passing 300 kilometers, shouts Karine into the microphone. We're almost at the finish of the stage. We're alone in the middle of the desert. Just us and the car. The flying ladies, the European Union. The rally's fast and the rally's long, but you have to think with your head to get to the finish. Joanna Lemos, who's competed on bikes, now drives in cars. An experienced Dakars, as they say in French.